Hi everyone, it's Monday and I'm back with some more exercises and stretches and skating specific things to keep us working towards when we get back on the ice. I hope you had a great weekend. Maybe you enjoyed some VE Day celebrations on Friday, enjoyed some sunshine. I hope you had a lovely time. Right, this week I'm going to do a series on Choctaws to kind of follow on from my series on Mohawks last week. Now, Choctaws are similar to Mohawks. They are another step that takes you from one direction to the other, so forwards to backwards or backwards to forwards. And like Mohawks, they involve changing the feet. However, the significant difference between the Choctaw and the Mohawk is that a Choctaw is from one edge to the opposite edge, so from an inside to an outside or an outside to an inside. Whereas the Mohawk, as we spoke about last week, was from a inside to an inside or an outside to an outside, so one edge to the same edge. So these are different. Okay. But aside from that, there's a lot of similarities. The foot placement is the same, open and close, so open in front, close behind. They both involve turnout. They're going to change your direction. The shape they make is different on the ice. So a Mohawk we spoke about in making the semicircle, but the Choctaw is going to make an S shape instead. Right, so today I'm going to start with the Choctaw that actually a lot of people wouldn't even realise is a Choctaw. Okay, and that's the backward inside open Choctaw. Okay, so where we're on a backwards inside edge, our foot comes in front and we step to a forward outside edge. Now, this is actually a really important one, even though we don't necessarily realise it is one, because it's the spin entry and it's also a step forward we use. For instance, a free skater might use to step forward from backwards crossovers into a flip entry edge and into the 310, but predominantly the spin entry, which free skaters, dancers, everyone is using, and the step forward. Okay, so we're going to stand as if we over our skater foot with the hip turned out. Okay, we're going to move the foot from behind and then bring it ahead of us. Open out the hip, so just like the Mohawk, we're looking for a strong, deep turnout. So the hips almost pointing in opposite directions, the foot comes in front, and then we can step over and we would be going onto an outside edge, so we want to get that lean of the ankle to then push through. Okay, so it's very important that you get a strong turnout and you get a placement with the foot in front. Now, you might want to mark it from a cross position where you're rotated out, okay, as if we were setting up a spin. So rather than a natural cross, as we would on forward crossovers or backwards crossovers, do a twisted cross as if you were setting up a spin, so the body rotates away from the circle. Okay, and you can imagine yourself rolling over that inside edge. Obviously, the edge is difficult to replicate off the ice, so don't take the ankle too far because it's not safe. Okay, much easier to do it with the edge around the rink. But get that rotation out. Imagine the lean towards the inside, then close the foot in front and step as if you were going over to an outside through a nice wide plie shape. So really opening out the knees. Remember, this is an open turn, so we're looking for that open hip position with the free foot or the new skating foot coming in front, so we get that light between our knees. So to go over that again, I rotate out, foot in front, open my knees, create the window, and then I can step forward, and from there you could wind up into a spin or whatever. On the other side, cross. Doesn't have to be from a cross, but it's an easy way to remember it. Rotate out, so we're doing what would be a spin wind up. Open the hip, bring the free foot in front for the open turn. We've gone from what would be over a deep inside edge on the foot that was behind to going towards the outside edge for the change forward and stepping onto it. To replicate this moving, I would come round and I'm going on a anti-clockwise circle, and then I would step forward and then be moving in a clockwise direction. So it does create that S. So this time moving in a clockwise direction, natural setup. If you rotate to the left like most people do, clockwise circle, foot comes in front, open hips, knees over toes, really important, maintaining that posture, and then moving onto a clockwise circle to complete the S. Just to recap on one other thing, standard, ribs in, hips under, long spine, chin up, pulling through as if you're a puppet with the strings coming out your head and I'm the puppeteer pulling you up, turned out hips. And it will make it a lot easier. And then you go through that plie to step, plie, bend, open the knees, step onto it. Nice, turn up there. And that's that. All right, bye bye. I will come back with a stretch shortly. In fact, I'll do a hip opener stretch and movement, an active one to help warm up all these hips for the turns. Bye bye everyone.